Today I want to talk about the color black. I've mentioned this quite a few times in past color videos and just in my style videos in general, but today specifically I want to go over just how versatile it can be and why I think it's really great to consider for the spring and the summer as well, and some tips that you can keep in mind in order to make it feel a little bit more light and airy rather than what we tend to think of. Also, before we start this video, I want to add a disclaimer that everyone can wear the color black. I get a lot of comments from people saying that they can't and they've been told that it doesn't look good on them and etc, etc. The color black is way too versatile and way too functional for your wardrobe for you to totally discount it. So my hope is that through these tips you can find a way to incorporate this really reliable color into your color palette and be able to use it for the chic color that it actually is. So let's get started. So on the topic of the color black suiting everybody, I think there are a couple things you can keep in mind if you put it on and you feel a little bit drained. And the first is that if you have no makeup on and you put the color black up by your face and you're feeling a little bit less than fantastic, adjust your makeup. That's what it's there for, and that's why it can be so fun to craft a look. So you can really lean into the benefit of black and the energy that it has. It feels very substantial. It can feel a little bit serious. It feels a little mysterious and also a little bit dark and kind of like a little bit gothic, but in the best kind of way. And then also very, very chic because it's devoid of everything. So it's really a blank canvas for anything. And that includes your makeup. So you can go really bold and bright. You can do bright cheeks, bright lip, a big smoky eye look. You can have a ton of versatility within this and adapt it so that you feel great. And then you can let the black kind of just be the supporting character so that your face really shines through, even though the color may not be your favorite when you have no makeup on and it's first thing in the morning, because I know that definitely impacts it. I always feel a little bit more pale when I first wake up. So especially when it's kind of like that morning light, it's not the most flattering. I put black up by my face, and even I, someone that loves that color, can feel a little bit like, maybe I could go for something else today. But using those tips to adjust my makeup and then really lean into the energy of the color and the versatility has been really helpful. So next, the fit is absolutely essential when it comes to this color. And especially when you're looking for something that's gonna lean very, very chic, going for something that fits you in exactly the way that you want is gonna translate that message. Like I mentioned earlier, the color black can be very neutral and it can serve as a true blank canvas for your outfit, so you can have a lot of fun with the shape and the silhouette. You're not competing with color and cut, so instead you can really lean into those interesting cuts, and you can go for maybe like what I have today with the 3/4 sleeve, and it's got this really high neck and a really slim fit, and that's really accentuated by the fact that it is black, so I'm not having to play around with too many things all at one time. This also applies for things that maybe you're a little bit unsure of, so like a puff sleeve or things that kind of lean a little bit traditionally feminine. They tend to be softer and rounder, maybe like a peplum or things that are cinched in at the waist, and you can really lean into that but then offset it with the color black to really anchor it, and it's something that I really, really love. I also really love how this applies to your footwear, so maybe if you want to go for a frilly top, maybe it's in a lighter color, so you're getting that two punch. It's a light, soft, airy, feminine color, but then also a feminine cut. You can offset that really well by going for black bottoms and chunkier shoes that are also black. It really quite literally anchors the look, and it's one of my favorite ways to play around with this. And then my next tip comes down to wearing head to toe black. I think it's incredibly chic. I know personally one of my absolute style icons of all time is Audrey Hepburn. I was named after her, so I've always looked to her for a lot of fashion inspiration, and this top is perfectly in line with that. I think this is actually called the Audrey sweater, and it perfectly associates with how you can utilize the color black in a head-to-toe look by speaking to what we mentioned earlier with a perfect fit. So this top, it fits me really well. It's in a petite size, so it gives me that look that I'm looking for. It's got the 3/4 sleeves, the high neck, and the perfect length. And so if I wanted to pair this with black pants, I could go either oversized or I could go for a very slim cigarette style. And either way is gonna work because I'm leaning into an intentional silhouette. And when it comes to crafting your image, intentionality is so important. So as long as there's attention to how you want to come across, your look is gonna translate that in the most beautiful, perfect way. And like I always mention, when you're a little bit unsure about something, put it on, stand in the mirror, and then adjust adjust it just with your hands or with clips. So you can pull things in, let them out, you can lift up a hemline by cuffing it, and really start to figure out what you want and how you want that to come across. So I can't have a color focused video without including colors that I think go really well with the color that we're highlighting. And with the color black, you can truly wear any color. It's very versatile, it's definitely a neutral, and it anchors a lot of colors. So it's really flexible within your wardrobe. But there are a couple things you can keep in mind to translate the image that you're looking for. And my general advice when it comes to wearing color is to consider the contrast level. It's definitely the easiest way to incorporate color into your wardrobe, because you have to consider not only the energy of the color, but the color that it's paired with. And that contrast level, whether it's high or low contrast, can really change how that color is coming across. So with the color black, if you want to keep that contrast level lower, you can go for a darker color. Your mind isn't going to pick up on black and another color. Instead, it's going to look really cohesive. There isn't going to be a strong break in your outfit, and it can help translate that very chic feeling, much like you get from wearing head to toe black. Now, if you want the contrast level to be higher, like I've done today, you can go into something that's white or off-white. I think off-white is so chic with black. And then also, you can do any bright color that you want. And it's going to really help highlight that color, because the contrast level is going to almost make the black seem more black and the color that it's paired with seem even more vibrant. So play around with it and have fun with it, because there are truly no limitations. So now I want to go over some of my tips for wearing the color black when it's a little bit warmer. I think we typically associate this color with colder weather, so fall and winter, but the spring and the summer are such perfect seasons for the color black because it doesn't show sweat stains. And if you live somewhere very hot, that is so practical. And there's definitely ways that you can adjust it through the fabric and the cut and the little detailing that's going to help push it more in the spring summer energy rather than the fall winter. So I also recommend playing around with the fabric. So if I take again the sweater that I'm wearing, and instead of going for a cashmere, I choose this in something like a cotton. I have a couple tops that are cotton and they've got that boat neck, but they are black. The cotton helps soften it and lighten it up a little bit, so it feels more perfect for spring. And then of course you can take it even further, and for the summer, really lean into linen. And black linen is very, very chic. It doesn't show stains, it doesn't show sweat, and it just looks great. And then also I find that black linen doesn't show wrinkles as badly as lighter colored linen, so it's really nice to consider if you're worried about that. And then my other recommendation is to play around with the little detailing. So of course, if you're working with something that has a higher neckline, that's going to feel a little bit more appropriate for colder weather. So you can lower that neckline, you can make it a scoop, a boat neck is beautiful, like you know I love. You can definitely do a V-neck, or you can even remove the sleeves, do a tank top, do a halter neck, or do something like I've seen a lot recently. They're these really cute little boxy tops, but then they've got like a little bow on the side. That is so beautiful for summer, and you can pair that with a beautiful pair of pants, whether that be slim or wide leg, and it's gonna look so incredibly perfect. And then also playing around with your accessories can definitely change the energy of the pieces that you're wearing. And you can take, again, the sweater that I have today, and if I paired it with these lighter pants and then an open-toed shoe, that's gonna feel very spring and even shift a little bit into summer if you live somewhere that's got cooler weather all year long. And then you can also lean into this by choosing different materials in your accessories. So leather is going to feel a lot different than something like wicker or kind of like a cork material or straw. Those are always going to feel more appropriate for the spring and the summer. So choosing darker colors, but then pairing that with an open-toed sandal or an espadrille and then a straw bag, that's automatically going to feel perfect for spring and summer. It's just so versatile and so flexible. And I think the more you practice this and the more you train your eye, just as you're out and about or looking up people that you find you love their style, just watch those people around. And especially as you shift into the spring and the summer, see how they're wearing these colors. And then I also recommend looking for dresses in black, because a dress automatically, especially if it's got short sleeves or it's sleeveless and it's a little bit shorter, that's going to feel more appropriate for the spring and the summer and kind of do the work for you. So if you choose maybe a linen dress, it can be strapless even. So definitely consider dresses as a way to make this work for you during hot weather. And then also I recommend that you definitely play around with different earrings in order to make black feel great for spring and summer, because I know personally when it starts to get a little bit warmer, I like to put my hair up and put on a great pair of statement earrings because they don't add any weight. I don't feel claustrophobic or stuffed up or stuffy or hot, and they just add so much great visual interest. And that plus a great pair of sunglasses and a cute little black dress, that is a look that I will love forever, and it is so chic. So definitely consider all of these choices as you're playing around with black, and I really encourage you to not be discouraged from black, and don't allow different opinions and perspectives to dissuade you from wearing black, because black at the end of the day is a really functional color. We have it easily accessible to all of us, and I find it to be really versatile. So to close yourself off from that just because of what someone else has told you can be a little limiting. So if you like the color black, you want to play around with it, I hope that some of these tips can be helpful in your journey to do so. And definitely feel free to share your own tips for wearing the color black in the comments down below, especially how you make it work for you if you live somewhere warm, because I know that can be kind of a barrier, especially as you look around and maybe you don't see a lot of people wearing the color black, but you can definitely become that style maker and that taste maker and use these tips to really influence how you're styling it to make it feel personal to you. And like always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Have a great day.